Nissan, the Japanese car manufacturer, is in deep trouble. The company is facing a financial crisis. This could have major consequences for the global auto industry. One of the biggest blows came from its longtime partner, Renault. The French automaker decided to sell off a big chunk of its shares in Nissan. This move sent shockwaves through the industry. It signaled a loss of confidence in Nissan's future. Renault's divestment is just the tip of the iceberg. Nissan is grappling with a perfect storm of challenges. These problems have been brewing for years. Now they're coming to a head. The once mighty Nissan is teetering on the brink. One of the biggest threats to Nissan comes from the East. The automotive landscape is rapidly evolving, and nowhere is this more evident than in China. Chinese electric vehicle, EV makers are aggressively expanding their market share. These companies are not just participating in the market, they are leading it with innovation and strategic planning. Companies like BYD, Chery, and Geely are no longer playing catch-up. They have invested heavily in research and development, allowing them to produce cutting-edge electric vehicles that rival those of established brands. They are now serious contenders in the global auto market. Their vehicles are not only popular in China, but are also gaining traction in international markets, challenging the dominance of traditional automakers. These Chinese companies offer something Nissan struggles to match: affordability. They have managed to keep costs low while incorporating advanced features, making their cars highly attractive to a broad range of consumers. They're producing EVs that are cheaper without skimping on technology or quality. This balance of cost and innovation is a significant factor in their rising popularity. This has put immense pressure on Nissan, especially in China, its largest market. The competition is fierce, and Nissan is finding it increasingly difficult to maintain its market share. Chinese consumers are increasingly choosing homegrown brands over foreign ones. The national pride and trust in local manufacturers are driving this shift, further boosting the sales of Chinese EVs. This trend has severely dented Nissan's sales and profitability. The company is facing a significant challenge as it tries to adapt to this new reality. The rise of Chinese EVs is a wake-up call for the entire industry. It highlights the need for traditional automakers to innovate and adapt quickly to stay competitive. It shows how quickly the landscape can shift in the auto world. The success of Chinese EV makers is a testament to the rapid pace of change and the importance of staying ahead of the curve in this dynamic industry. Nissan was once a pioneer in electric vehicles. The company was among the first to recognize the potential of electric mobility and invested heavily in research and development. The Leaf, launched in 2010, was an early success story. It was the world's first mass-produced electric car and quickly became a symbol of Nissan's innovative spirit. However, the company seems to have lost its edge. Despite the initial success, Nissan struggled to maintain its momentum in the rapidly evolving electric vehicle market. While competitors like Tesla and even Chinese rivals were charging ahead with new EV models, Nissan lagged behind. Tesla's aggressive innovation and China's massive investment in EV technology left Nissan in the dust. The company admits it misjudged the market. Nissan's leadership has openly acknowledged that they failed to anticipate the rapid growth and consumer interest in electric and hybrid vehicles. They underestimated the demand for hybrid and plug-in hybrid vehicles. This misstep proved costly. As consumers flocked to more versatile and fuel-efficient options, Nissan's market share began to dwindle. Nissan lost ground to rivals who were quicker to adapt to changing consumer preferences. Companies like Tesla, with their sleek designs and advanced technology, captured the imagination of the public. Now Nissan is playing catch-up in a race where falling behind even slightly can be devastating. The company is investing heavily in new technologies and trying to regain its footing in the competitive EV market. The company is scrambling to ramp up its EV production and bring down costs. Nissan is also focusing on improving battery technology and expanding its range of electric vehicles to appeal to a broader audience. But it might be too little, too late. The electric vehicle market is more competitive than ever, and Nissan's late response may not be enough to reclaim its former glory. Nissan's financial woes are no secret. The company, once a titan in the automotive industry, has been grappling with severe financial challenges for several years now. The situation has become increasingly dire, with mounting losses and dwindling sales figures painting a bleak picture for the future. The company is drowning in red ink. This metaphorical sea of financial trouble is not just a temporary setback, but a deep-rooted issue that has been festering over time. The red ink on their financial statements is a stark reminder of the challenges they face. Sales have been slumping for years. The once bustling showrooms now stand eerily quiet, with fewer customers walking through the doors. The decline in consumer interest has been a significant blow to Nissan's revenue streams, exacerbating their financial woes. In 2023, Nissan's global sales fell by 3.8%. This decline is not just a number, it represents a significant loss in market share and consumer confidence. The drop in sales has had a ripple effect, impacting every aspect of the company's operations. The decline was even sharper in China, where sales plummeted by a staggering 14.3%. China, being one of the largest automotive markets in the world, was a critical region for Nissan. The steep decline in this market has been particularly devastating, further compounding their financial troubles. The situation is so dire that Nissan is projected to be saddled with a debt burden of $5.6 billion by 2026. This looming debt is a heavy weight on the company's shoulders, threatening its very existence if not addressed promptly and effectively. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Nissan is now in a position where it must make tough decisions to navigate through this financial storm. The company is exploring all possible avenues to stabilize its finances and return to profitability. Nissan has announced a drastic cost-cutting plan. This plan is not just about trimming the fat, but involves deep cuts that will affect every level of the organization. The goal is to streamline operations and reduce unnecessary expenditures. The company aims to slash $2.6 billion in expenses. This ambitious target is a critical part of their strategy to regain financial stability. The cost-cutting measures will be comprehensive, affecting various departments and operations. This will involve painful sacrifices, including job cuts and factory closures. These measures, while necessary, will have a profound impact on the workforce and the communities where these factories are located. The human cost of these financial decisions cannot be overlooked. Nissan is in survival mode, fighting to stay afloat in a sea of financial troubles. The road ahead is fraught with challenges, but the company is determined to navigate through these turbulent times. With a clear strategy and a focus on financial discipline, Nissan hopes to emerge stronger and more resilient. When a company is in crisis, management changes are often inevitable. Nissan is no exception. The company has seen a shakeup at the top. Several high-profile executives have jumped ship, including the chief financial officer Stephen Ma. Even CEO Makoto Uchida has taken a hit, accepting a 50% pay cut as a sign of accountability. These departures and pay cuts reflect the gravity of the situation. Nissan is desperate for a turnaround. The company is undergoing a major restructuring. The goal is to streamline operations and improve efficiency. But whether these changes will be enough to save Nissan remains to be seen. Section 6. A helping hand from Honda? As Nissan struggles to stay afloat, it's looking for a lifeline. One potential savior could be its Japanese rival, Honda. The two companies are exploring a possible partnership. This could involve Honda taking an equity stake in Nissan. Such a deal could provide Nissan with a much-needed cash injection. It could also give Nissan access to Honda's expertise in hybrid technology, an area where Nissan has fallen behind. However, the partnership is far from a done deal. There are still many hurdles to overcome. Negotiations are ongoing, and the final terms of the deal could make or break its success. Section 7. Uncertainty on the factory floor. Nissan's crisis is sending shockwaves through its global workforce. The company has announced plans to cut 9,000 jobs worldwide. These cuts will affect factories and offices across the globe. In the UK, where Nissan employs 7,000 people, the news has been met with anxiety and anger. The Sunderland plant, Nissan's largest in Europe, is particularly vulnerable. In the US too, Nissan's 17,000 employees are bracing for impact. The company has yet to announce which factories will bear the brunt of the job cuts. The uncertainty is taking a toll on morale. Section 8. The road ahead for Nissan. Nissan is at a crossroads. The once mighty automaker is facing an existential crisis. The company's future is uncertain. Several factors have contributed to its downfall. These include the rise of Chinese competition, Nissan's slow response to the EV revolution, and its mounting financial woes. The next few years will be critical for Nissan. The company must make tough choices to survive. It needs to streamline its operations, develop more competitive products, and restore its financial health. Failure to do so could have dire consequences for Nissan and its workforce. Section 9. Conclusion: a fork in the road. Nissan's story is a cautionary tale. It shows how even the biggest companies can stumble when they fail to adapt to changing times. The company's fate hangs in the balance. The coming months and years will reveal whether Nissan can navigate its way out of this crisis. The road ahead is fraught with challenges, but with decisive action and a bit of luck, Nissan might just be able to steer itself back to a path of growth and profitability.